Hello everybody, Amanda Plevel here from the Well Clinic and from the Natural Source Companies. I am Dr. Foodie with drfoodie.live, and in this episode we are going to talk to all of you wellness entrepreneurs out there. Whether you are a wellness entrepreneur with a network marketing company, or you are a healer with a space in person, or you have an online space that you're working to help increase people's wellness, you are all in the same category. I'm hearing the same things with everybody that I'm coaching. How come I'm not getting people through my doors? How do I get my clientele? How come they're not going through my sales funnel? How come they're not answering my call to action? How come I'm so passionate and I still am broke? So that's what we are going to talk about today. Whether you're a network marketer or you have a healing space like we talked about, network marketing is going to be even bigger than it is right now. And the reason why is because people are wanting to design their own lives. They're wanting to have more control over their finances. They're wanting to have more control over their time. The middle class is quickly slipping away, and they've talked about that for so long. You know, economists have been saying that you know, the rich just keep getting richer. Right now, statistics show that 10% of people own 75% of the wealth. And you know what? Those that are in that working class, you know, they're not broke, but they're not making any money either. We're tired of just punching the time clock. We want to make a difference. And while we're making that impact, that difference, we want to make an income at it as well. So I'm going to talk to you about our making an income and making an impact as a healer class. This is kind of an introduction to that class, because it's a long workshop. You know, we've got a few hours that we're putting into that, where you're gonna leave with a flight plan of success for your business. In this introduction, we're going to be talking about everything that's gonna happen in that class, what you can look forward to, and we're also gonna give you a lot of tips right now, and we're gonna do two very impactful exercises that you can take right now into your business, okay? Everybody is asking the same questions, and things have changed. It's not like how it used to be, especially for wellness practitioners, especially for chiropractors. More and more people are getting into the wellness movement, so there's more and more chiropractors and wellness entrepreneurs out there. And we know as wellness practitioners that wellness blankets everything. You don't necessarily have to niche out, but with so many practitioners out there, we're going to have to start taking a look at how do we differentiate ourselves in order to get people to the platform where we're able to give our gifts, because that's the hard part, okay? I teach highly intentive, driven, and motivated people to achieve a flight plan for their success. So that's what we're going to be working on today, and now I'm extending this invitation. If you are having trouble getting people through your doors, if you feel like nothing's working, you've tried all these marketing plans, you just don't know how to get the clientele to get in, if you're passionate but you're not making any money, this is definitely a course that you want to listen to, okay? I'm so excited to help you attract all the clients that can come to you where you can deliver the goods, because that's what it all comes down to. It's this course about making an impact and making an income as a healer is highly intended. It is a practical application workshop where you don't just listen to me talk. It is a course where you are actually going to sit down and we're going to learn directly as we're doing the workshop at how you do these things, okay? It's an absolutely must-have class, absolutely must-have if you want to be a wellness practitioner in today's day. Whether you've been in practice for a year or 10 years or 20 years, you're gonna want to attend this course, because the old rules no longer apply. You know, email hooks, because people are tired of all the junk mail. Long and lengthy books, long and lengthy articles, because there's so much information out there. People have to, you know, peruse and see what is really applicable to them. Plus, we've now got a whole new mindset that we're working with. We're working with the peruse and swipe mindset. You know, that whole swipe mindset where they're on their phones and they're swipe, 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 swipe. They're perusing. You literally have 1 to 3 seconds to grab their attention. How are you going to make that happen? It's not, you know, putting up a sign on your building anymore and throwing out a few business cards, because people don't know what's in it for them. They're not going to commit time or money until they know what's in it for them. Okay, it has shifted from telling what you're about to telling what's in it for them. And we have to figure out how to navigate that, especially when you only have 1 to 3 seconds to attract their attention, okay? We're gonna talk about some of the print materials. How we are currently doing business is backwards. We're gonna start with that first. We think we're gonna create this business and then we're gonna figure out how to market it. We're entirely backwards on that. What we need to do is decide what it is we're trying to offer. You have to figure out what it is that you're trying to offer. What is your end result? What is this person gonna get? And then you develop marketing towards that end. You develop your programs towards that end. You develop your services towards that end. And then you can figure out how much you can charge for that stuff. But it's not just, oh, I want to have a wellness center. Oh, I have a really fun, fancy, cool name, and this is what my sign's gonna look like. And then I'm gonna figure out how to market and get people in there after I've got the sign up. It doesn't work like that anymore. This class is so important for you to attend because wellness is one of the biggest, exponentially expanding businesses over these next 5 years, even 10 years. There was a statistic that said, I think it was in 2015, that this had grown in the wellness industry had grown into a $3 billion, almost $4 billion industry. And you know what? I take that back. I think it was 3 trillion. You'll have to look that up for me. But either way, it has expanded so much that it is now one of the world's fastest growing markets. How are you going to set yourself up for success when there's so many people that are not only wanting to get into wellness, but realizing that they can design their own life around a wellness lifestyle. They can design their own life around a work format where they're not punching a time clock from 8 to 5 every night. In 2017, the well economy shows absolutely no signs of slowing down. You absolutely have to have this information if you want to affect change, if you want to make an impact, and you want to make an income to provide for yourself and your family. If you want to be successful, it's like searching for the Holy Grail. However, what is that formula that's actually going to work? And it's not so much having a formula as it is knowing yourself very well, figuring out exactly what it is that you do and what you offer to people, figuring out your benefits, what those people are getting from you, and then using some of these things that I'm going to teach you about today and in the Making an Impact and Income class. Okay, we're going to talk about things that you can immediately do so that you can get clarity for yourself and for your business, and you can deliver that clarity to your clients. We're going to talk about the Holy Grail business card. Is it even necessary if you have an online business? People have kind of gotten away from using business cards, but guess what? There's so many benefits to still using it, particularly because when we blanket our industry and why do wellness? It's incredibly important exercise for us to write that business card because it's that tiny little 1 to 3 second commercial that we can practice on, okay? Not only that, but there's other benefits to it too. But we are definitely going to go over how to make a winning business card that works. It doesn't waste your money, it doesn't waste your print, it doesn't waste paper. It actually is a tool for your business, okay? We're gonna do that today, so you can take that away today. We're also gonna talk about how not to be a slave to your phone and your laptop. Okay, if you have an online business or if you're working for yourself, you're answering that phone all the time. We're going to talk about how not to do that and still be successful. We're going to talk about going over money and an inventive budget. And then we're going to talk about all of the links that I have prepared for you. I'm going to put them in the description below in this video. So, some really, really important things that we're going to be talking about in the class. Some of them I'm going to go over them tonight so you can get started on that, and some of them I'm just going to kind of intro them so we can spend more time going into them when we take our class. There is a little secret known habit that consumers do with business cards, and I'm going to teach you that. As I'm just going to go over kind of the list of what we're going to do. We're going to figure out how to market to the peruse and swipe mindset. That's something we're going to do more in class, but I'm going to intro that today because people don't have the time anymore with so much information coming at them. It's all swipe, 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 click, 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 fast, fast, fast. They're just looking for something that's going to attract their attention. What is it that's attracting their attention? It's important for us to know that. We're going to figure out, with all of the wellness practitioners that are out there, what is it that makes them come to you? We're going to talk about developing that composite. You need to develop that trust before they even get in your office. How are you going to do that if you only have 1 to 3 seconds to get their attention? Okay, I'm going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why wellness practitioners, including chiropractic, will fail to get people in the doors unless they do this one thing. You know what that one thing is? Everybody says niche, okay? We're going to talk a little bit more about niching as we go on so that you really understand what niche is. But we need to talk about the micro market. What really sets you apart is your niche and how you develop that. But then we're going to talk about the micro market. The reason that we talk about that is because anything can be a product. As long as you can make it attractive and useful and have value for somebody, any idea can be a product. So for example, I don't just have the business of my wellness center. Every book I write is a product. Basically every idea I have is a product. If I develop a skin cream, that is now a product all in itself. And each one of those are now a micro market to my business. Okay, so each of those is almost like a business all in itself. And at least to the outside world, using all of our virtual technology, it looks like it's its own business. We don't even know that it's connected to the same natural source companies. So what we need to do when we talk about micro market is we need to look at your niche, which means not necessarily the topic of what you're working with. Like, oh, I work with headaches. It's more what it is that you do different. Because there's going to be, 20 other people that work specifically for headaches or specifically for female health or specifically for children. You're going to have to figure out what is your unique skill set. What is it that you offer that is different? What is your passion in that? That's your niche, not necessarily your topic, but how it is that you approach it. That's what you highlight. That's what you turn into all of your micro market products. And I can help you do that. We're going to do that in the Making an Impact business class, okay? We can do that in business mentorship programs too. So if you just really don't know how to take your idea, how to productize that idea, how to monetize that idea, then we probably need to talk more in depth, and you definitely need to come to the class. But in the meantime, think about that. That's something you can take away right now. Take your whole business and start with your niche first. What is it that you do differently? How are you different from every other wellness practitioner out there? We all deal with wellness. We all deal with gut health. We all deal with immune system. How do you do it differently? Okay? Once you know, and write these things down, because we're going to forget again, and you're going to want something to go back to so that you can look at that. Once you get that down, now micro market that. What are all of the aspects that I can take and create that niche, for example? Okay, so I'm a PhD, I'm a naturopathic doctor, I'm a clinical medicine naturopathic practitioner. Whatever your title is, doesn't matter what your title is. People care what you're going to give them, what they're gonna get from working with you. Okay, so you look at what is it that you're trying to give to them, and then you look at how is it that it's unique in the way that you deliver it. Okay, so for example, I use EDS technology as part of my wellness practice. But what I do differently about that is I use what I've trademarked as intuitive profiling. And it's using intuition, but it's also using the concepts of a person's past and their present to determine what their future is. So basically, I help them to profile by knowing who they are based on their decisions that they've made in the past and the decisions that they're making in the present will likely determine how they're going to react in the future. Adding that to what I am doing with their bioscan, and we can kind of come up with a whole kind of personality. And I've identified that there's different fractions of personalities that people typically fall into. I call them the fractions of personality. You can look them up on drfoodie.live. I've got lots of articles about them. And that deals with their relationships, with their health, how they're going to heal the best, what kinds of business and jobs that they're more in tune to. So I help them, like I said, it's intuitive profiling to help them get to know themselves better. And thus, because I'm learning them, I'm knowing them, they're developing a trust with me because I'm understanding who they are. That makes them listen more to what I'm giving them in their wellness review, so that we can come up with a plan not just from a physical basis, but from their whole life standpoint, from the context of their whole life, so that they can improve in every way. So I have added intuitive profiling to what I'm doing when I'm working with somebody. That's a unique skill set that I have added to it. That's my niche. Okay, that's what makes me different. So I highlight that. So in my products, I talk about, I have a book for fractions of personality. I have books for the individual, how to understand and how to use your intuition and how to use your past experiences and how to understand your concepting so that you can learn who you are and how you've typically made choices so that you can figure out what your likeliness is of making choices in the future. That'll help you make decisions right now. Okay, so each one of those little topics I have products for. It's micro marketing, every little thing that I do, even though the topic is basically the same. Okay, so even if you don't totally understand that, and we'll do that in depth in our impact and income class, you can at least plant those seeds right now so that you can start developing, what is my niche? What is it that I bring to the table that's different from everybody else? And then break that large idea down into how it can be micro-marketed, okay? We're gonna talk in the impact and income class that yes, you have about 1 to 3 seconds to grab somebody's attention and make the first impression. This is a lot shorter than it used to be in the past, mostly because most of their information is coming from online. They're finding it through Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. They're finding it through all of their social media presences. They're finding it through when they're out and about and they grab a business card. That's rarer these days, but that still happens. So part of how to identify, how to attract their attention in that 1 to 3 second time frame is knowing your niche very well, okay? Knowing who it is that you're marketing to, okay? Let's see, so I have a particular business marketing plan because I have a protocol for anti-aging, beauty without consequences, perfect skincare. And so my business card for that one is slightly different than my Well Care Center business, okay? Because I am targeting, when I know that my niche is specifically for people that have an interest in skin and anti-aging and being healthy as they get older, my card looks a little bit different because they've already met me, they've already been working with me, we already have a trust. So now the business card says specifically what it is they're looking for. It says exactly what they're gonna get, and then it just has my contact information on it, okay? But my Well Clinic business card is very different from that one. They don't know me yet. You know, this is a community that I've come into and they don't know who I am. So I put my face on there so that they would instantly already get the vibration of who I am, so that they would start building a trust and a composite for me before we've even met, okay? This is the first thing that they're gonna see. My other one doesn't have any images. It doesn't have, all it has is the questions that they ask. I have 3 questions. Sorry, I didn't bring that one with, but I'll have that at my impact and income class. In fact, we're gonna go over a bunch of people's business cards, not to pick on them, but just to show what works and what doesn't work, okay? On my skincare, it has 3 questions on it. And it asks specifically what things they are looking for. So I know that people don't like the gray hair thing, they don't like the wrinkle thing, and they don't like the aging skin look, the crepey skin. And so my questions say, don't like that crepey skin, want to brighten your face, you know, questions that they're going to gel with. And then they flip it over on the back. It has the information there of what they're going to get, and then my contact information. I also have one for a little side thing that we do. I make these little ponchos. And so this business card, it's just a picture on the front because it shows exactly what they're going to get. Again, there is no physical location for this, and so it's all online. If they look at this picture, they know what they're going to get. It's attractive. It's a cute little thing. They're going to say, what is this all about? And then you turn it to the back, and it says the name of the business, and then it has, you know, it says create your own at this one, buy at this one. okay? How you set up the business card is not anymore just about design. It is about using the concepts of how people shop. It's using the concepts of how people are attracted to things. It's understanding why do they click on the things that they click on when they're doing this the whole time. Why do they click on the particular things that they click on? You have to understand the exact interest that's behind that, okay? We're going to develop in our Impact and Income class a marketing plan that does not waste your time, because I can't tell you how many online webinars I have read and attended and searched for, and they all have a formula, and it's like at the end of the day, I don't have time to do another business creating my business. I've got my business created. I just need to know how to get that platform out there. And each business is basically different. We just need to get people to where you are to deliver the goods. We're gonna learn a benefits-oriented mentality to attract customers, okay? We're gonna learn why wellness businesses struggle to get people into their call of action, whether the call of action is to set an appointment, to buy a book, to download this free article, to subscribe to your email list. Why aren't people doing it? And why do they do it for the ones that they do? We have to go over that in the class, okay? We're gonna talk about the one thing that will make somebody choose you over someone else. You wanna know what that one thing is? Their belief. Their belief that you can deliver what it is they need, which means you need to have a very good understanding of what it is they need. In the wellness industry, it's very interesting because we know that they need wellness. Wellness is head to toe, nose to toes, all over, body, mind, and soul, wellness, happiness, balance. But they don't know that they need that. What they want is for their belly to stop hurting, for the rash to go away, for the headaches to stop coming on, for the saggy skin to stop. You have to attract them based on their wants, what they think that you're gonna get, what they're gonna get from you. And the one secret to understanding how they're going to come to you rather than someone else is their belief. Now, their belief all comes from their perception. How are you going to direct their perception so that they are seeing in you what you want them to see, so that they will trust you and know that you can deliver what it is they want, all at the same time delivering what they need, thereby increasing their chances of healing. It's a trick. But if you can understand, you have to just attach to what they want and their belief that you can get it. If you think about that, your whole marketing changes. There are 3 avenues of benefits-oriented marketing, and you need to know which one is most appropriate for you. If you don't, it's potential income loss. Potential loss of the customers that you could be helping and making an impact with. Those 3 avenues. What they will get, how they will benefit, what they will achieve. I would say pick one that makes the most sense for you. And that's how you're going to tailor your marketing. So for example, I don't do a results-oriented, let's talk about for the Well Clinic. I don't do a results-oriented because they're in charge. After I give them their plan and we talk about, the protocol for how to improve their body, mind, and soul and how to get their physical health back and bring things back into balance, it's out of my hands pretty much after that. So I don't market to a what they will achieve or what they will get mindset. That's not the benefits avenues that I use. But I market to the how they will benefit. So their benefits are what they will get with their appointment during the appointment. That's what we mostly talk about. And so my marketing for this particular community well clinic talks about the experience of the appointment itself. Okay, one, again, I'm in a community. My marketing mindset is community-based. The reason that I'm in business as a wellness clinic in this community is to be part of the community in a place where they don't know me, thus they can't trust me, And so it's more about helping in their minds to see the experience, because they have no idea what is going to happen once they walk through these doors. In order to earn their trust, I have to go with a benefits-oriented mindset of the experience, how they will benefit. Okay, so I focus on what it's going to look like. So I send out lots of pictures of what the office looks like. I talk about the exact things that they're struggling with, so that they know that once they come into this space, oh, so you can help me balance my gut issues. Oh, you can help me balance my hormone issues. And so they're picturing the office space. They've got the business card where they're picturing me, and they're understanding that I have a way to help them. Okay, so again, you have to know very well what your niche is, what your particular way of attracting them is, what your particular difference in delivery is. Micro market that idea by breaking it down into the ideas of things you can do for them. You take those very specific guarantees of the things you're going to do for them, and that's what you put on your business material, and that's what you put on your business cards or on your websites. Those should be the topics that you're leading with. You look at all of that and decide what avenue of benefits-oriented marketing is the best to deliver your product to these people. Okay. By the time that you are done with the impact and income class, let's find where all of that is here, because I want to make sure that you know what you're getting. I want you to have an understanding of how to use concepts of how people shop, how people purchase, how people and why people stop on the things that they've swiped past and what makes them stop. I want to, by the time you're done with class, be able to define yourself, define your niche, identify the micro-marketed materials of your main product, your main idea, and then decide the avenue of benefits marketing that's the best for you. You need to have all of that in order to define clarity of who you're working with and what it is they're going to achieve, what it is you're going to do with them. Okay, like I said in the beginning, hi, my name is Amanda. I work with highly attentive, motivated, and driven people to develop a flight plan for their success. So for this particular company of all of that I do, I work with other people that are highly ambitious. They work for themselves. They're in the wellness industry, and they want to design their life. They want to make an impact, but they want to have an income. Now I've already determined what my target market is, and they look a lot like me. So I direct a lot of my marketing to those kinds of people. And, you know, I say the word marketing, and really what it is it's basically, I put out my attraction, I put out my energy, I put out my vibration to meet people that are like-minded and have a lot of the same ambitions. The benefit of that is I make really great social connections and really great friends with people that are a lot like me, which means we have a lot we can bounce back off of. So, being able to clarify your target market and what it is that you hope to help them achieve, what you're working towards. You're going to get done that. You're going to definitely have that by the time you're done with the impact and income class, and you can start working on that right now. You're going to have a clearly defined end result. Again, something you can start working on right now. We know that, okay, you have this beautiful wellness center, or you have this young living practice that you deal with, or you sell these other network marketing supplements. Still, at the end of the day, it's not just about throwing willy-nilly, oh, I have an oil for this, oh, I have a supplement for this, oh, I have this program for this, because you're just throwing it willy-nilly with no plan whatsoever. You have to, what is the end result? What is it that you want people to do in every aspect of what you're trying to market? So if you have a website, you don't just have a website because people tell you you need to have a website. You have a website so that it can be a tool for that end result. If your end result is that you want to make back-ended income that works for you behind your back, your end result is obviously that you want them to purchase a digital program then, or something. Or if you are attending, you're having a young living class and you want them to, by the end of that, you want somebody to sign on with you and develop your team and help to build all of this wellness that you want to bring into your local area, then you're going to put your energy and focus towards that end result. But I think what our trouble is that we get so excited about all that we have to offer that it's very hard for us to see the end result, what it is that we want them to end up with, what it is that we want to end up with at the end. And by the time you're done with your class, you're going to have a foundational flight plan set. You're going to know exactly what your niche is, what your marketing, what's your little, commercials that you're going to tell people. You're going to have a defined call to action for each tool that you use in your business, including a business card, including a website, including some sort of funnel plan, whether it's online or whether it's in person. And one thing that I want to talk about today is money. Isn't that always the worry, especially when you're in business for yourself and you're just starting out, or you've been doing it for a long time? If you don't know any of these things that we've talked about so far, money is not going to be coming in, and you're going to start doubting if this is what you were meant to do. And that's not necessarily what it is. It's just that you're doing it in a highly flooded area. Everybody needs wellness, so we know there's plenty to go around. Again, we just have to decide who it is that we're trying to work with, what it is we're trying to accomplish, what it is that we particularly bring to that table. But when it comes to money, again, we're thinking backwards with it. I'm going to give you just a few quick little tips that you can take into your business right now, okay? We talk to people as if money doesn't matter. It's like, I'm a woman in business, and I really do it because I love it. It's my heart, and the money doesn't really matter. Okay, we get that that's the impression that we want people to understand, that you really are doing it from your heart, but the universe and the law of attraction and energy also hears you say that the money doesn't matter. Okay, you have to guard your understanding of that. The money is just an energy exchange. Okay, and it doesn't even have to be money. If I'm doing work with somebody, we're agreeing to an exchange of energy. We're agreeing to share space with each other. And as I'm helping them, they're also helping me receive a need that I didn't even maybe know that I had, but we attract that to each other. There is an equal energy exchange for everything put out. So if I am willing to put this information out into this person, the energy exchange, if I want a particular energy exchange like money, I have to put that out there and I have to ask very specifically for that. But we don't know or feel confident in asking for the money, or how much money should we be asking for. So here's a quick little intuitive tip for you. Picture in your head what it is that you want to give out. Okay, so if I'm sitting at my desk and I've got a person in front of me, and I know that I am going to give them an hour of my time, and this is what we're going to do in that hour, and this is what I'm going to be willing to reciprocate with. With that knowledge in my head, the question in my head is, how much am I willing to do that for? What value, if this is, and I know it's valuable to them, what value is it worth to me coming back? And I think of everything that I'm willing to give and what I'm not doing in order to